been talking a lot about one particular guitar. And Parker Fly Mojo Midi. This is one of the newer models, standard magnetic pickup. These are Seymour Duncans with the JB at the front, Delegate or distortion. I end up getting in there. Piezo pickup and the GK pickup, which has its own 13 pin. Now this particular jack out here is actually a stereo output, so you can physically split that jack between the piezo and also the magnetic pickups. And I split those to 2 different amps. And so I've got a volume control here for my main magnetic pickup, which are obviously 2 humbuckers, which are also splittable. So this particular setup here, if we're thinking standard electric guitar only, I've got my volume, I've got my 3-way, I've got my tone, and that's also a push-pull. So effectively I can then have single coil and single coil. Then I've got a volume control here. Some people are complaining that there's no EQ setting on this particular guitar for the piezo setup, or piezo, however you pronounce that one. It doesn't really worry me. I run it through an AER Domino acoustic amp, and I've got plenty of controls from there, and I end up running it through a separate channel as well. Now this other 3-way toggle basically allows you to have magnetic pickup only, piezo pickup only, or a combination of both, and I tend to leave that on a combination of both, and then physically mess around with my volume controls as I need them on both the magnetic and the piezo. And finally, the last little volume knob back here is controlling anything to do with the GK. It's just a little light to let you know the GK is plugged in. Then you basically got your S1 and S2 as you would on a standard GK. So I actually use this to change my synth sounds. But also with the VG99, I set this up to be like a 3-way switch or a 5-way switch, depending on what modeling of guitar I'm using on the VG99. Spreads all tuners at the back end. It's super easy to lock them up and change strings. The trem system, what I love about it is, as far as dive bombing, you can get the strings as loose as you want. Stays beautifully in tune, and so the shape of it, obviously, down to Park, it's quite futuristic. Still very, very well sculpted at the back. You can sort of see the actual edges of it is really quite small. The neck is just effortless to play. It's quite a lot sculpted on both the front and the back of the guitar. These are actually running a carbon fibre style fretboard on there. The guitar is really easy to play. Area there for your battery. This is one unique piece. This is a pearl white, which I'm not sure if you can see through the light, but it tends to give me some different colours under light, which looks quite snazzy. Trying to get the whole thing in one shot there, but that's my new beast. And Parker Mojo. Basically ordered this one 12 months before I got it in. This is all mahogany. The whole thing is really light too. I ordered the deluxe originally. I got delayed, and I said, well, what are you going to do to make it up? They said, we'll make it a Mojo. I said, great. A few more delays later, and I said, well, can you stick a GK in it? I paid $2,700 US for this, and this is obviously a custom piece for one-off. Next few videos, I'll be running through the motions because that's what it's all about. So stay tuned.